Welcome to Love to See It, a podcast about some very feathery animal attraction.
And about some very mid men who have truly all the audacity.
Joining us to recap episode 5 of the new Bachelor in Paradise is Wyatt Metzger, co host of the BachMakers podcast.
Hey everyone, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, Wyatt, welcome to Love to See It. We're so happy to have you. We love to have a new friend of the pod. This is very exciting. So we're excited to get into it.
I promise I won't defend all men here because some of these men won't be defendable. So I'm here as bipartisan.
Don't worry. We've seen your videos. We know you're a hashtag ally, just like Spencer. So
Always.
We can assume that on the beach you would be telling all the ladies exactly what their men were doing. Some of these men are okay, like we're not fully misandrous, so we're prepared to be fair.
Yeah.
And honestly, at the moment, there aren't really that many men, and especially not that many golden men, which is posing a bit of a problem. We return at the beginning of this episode. We're in the midst of the arrival of Faith, a new golden bachelorette. She's on horseback. She's like galloping through the waves with her arms outstretched like she's like a trick rider. It's like wild at heart or something. Well, she says, I'm wild at heart.
Yeah, you're like, so it is literally.
Just wild
like
horses
that.
can't be tamed. She's looking for some sparks. This is her opportunity to kiss a bunch of guys. She's like, I might become the hoe of the show.
I was like, I hate to break it to you, Faith, but you will have no opportunities, unfortunately, to become the hoe of the show because there are 3 men and you like might be attracted maybe a little bit to 1, max 2 of them.
That had to be so disappointing when she walked in and she was like, This is what I dropped my life for to be here. No offense. I love the Goldens that are there.
Yeah.
But you're like, I got 3?
She
Right, there
galloped
just
in
have to be
hands in.
more.
She galloped in hands free for this. Like this is absurd. Like how is she gonna become the hoe of the show? Kissing 3 men isn't even that hoey.
Yeah.
And that would be 100% of the options.
Right. You have to have like at least 5 men there. I mean, 4 bare minimum. No, they get 3. Poor
And she
Nancy, poor Faith.
one man that she wants to kiss, and he immediately has a heart episode. Like it's really brutal out there for the golden women.
Could they not get more Goldens? Like, I wonder what that is.
Unclear.
Like, why is Charles L not there?
I think I'm not sure the specific reasons for all of the choices. I do think they sent home too many golden men too quickly. And also
Thanks, April.
Thanks, April. But also, like, a lot of the golden men have girlfriends now. Like, they come off the show and celebrities, like over 50 celebrity women are sliding into their DMs. Like, they're sliding into home base. They're like, oh my God, a boyfriend. And so they're like all booed up now.
Truly nothing more likely to make me a misandrist than seeing the different experiences that the golden women and the golden men have after coming off of this show.
Or they have restraining orders and they shouldn't be back on the show. So
correct.
Yeah.
That does eliminate a couple people.
Yeah, more than 0.
Yeah.
which is too many, I would argue.
I always say.
But most of the Goldens are not really that available. And most of the Youngs are coupled up, or at least they're kind of acting coupled up. So we have Parisa and Brian, Alex and Andrew, Bailey and Jonathan, Jill and Shawn, and Kat and Dale, all kind of spending time together through various levels of commitment versus just lack of other options. Dale and Kat had that big fight last episode. And that morning over breakfast, Dale does apologize to Kat for getting on edge. And Kat says she understands, but she wants to talk about his comment about her background. She says she felt judged and wants him to know that her background isn't perfect. And he's like, I'm not judging, and I want to share about my background as well. And like the experiences I've had, learning about you is my priority. There's no one else here I'm interested in. And they share a very intense kiss. And everyone's like, get a room. And Dale's like, actually, I need a towel. And then he's like, not for that.
Dale.
Please.
Gosh,
Please.
Dale.
This is a family show.
Oh, it's unbelievable. The winner of this entire season is Claire Crawley because just watching Dale, the more time we get to spend with Dale, the more I'm like, how did that happen with Claire? Because thankfully we only got like 10 seconds of him on Claire's season. Now that we're spending time with him, I'm like, dude, just be quiet for 2 seconds, please.
He clearly has like an overwhelming charisma and magnetism that like
Yes.
briefly stuns women for like, I'm gonna say like 3 to 10 days. And they're just like, like I have to be
And
next
that's
to
about
him.
the amount of time that Claire and Dale had together. So
Yeah.
it worked. Also, we can tell that Dale has a very specific type. Every woman he's into has the exact same coloring, and Claire does fit into this. So you're like, oh, they just were drawn to each other, and then probably realized after 5 days that they didn't really want to speak to each other.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a type. He has a type. Also, we never actually see this conversation, by the way. We never actually see them talk about their
Their
different
backgrounds.
backgrounds. They had this really intense fight, and Kat was like, everything about how he handled this was wrong, and I don't think I want to pursue this anymore. And he was like, I'm never going to forget how she treated me. And then they're like, we'll talk about that later.
And then
Okay.
they don't.
No
they-
evidence that we see. I was like, oh, that actually would have been an interesting moment. I would have
Yeah.
liked to hear them talk about their backgrounds. No, we will never learn about their backgrounds. We will only learn about Dale's interest in Allyshia.
Meanwhile, April is ready to do a body shot, or rather have Dale do a body shot off of her. And Kathy has some advice for her. I think we have a clip.
Those shot things?
Oh, yeah,
What's
you're
that
gonna,
called?
you're
What's
gonna
that
do a
called?
shot off of Dale.
All right, April, I got you.
No, you're gonna do it off me.
Dale's got
Dun, dun, dun.
it. Damn, girl, don't do that in front of me.
April, I'm giving you a chance to rethink this. Your children, your grandchildren.
This is so exciting.
She's
Who
not
wants the
listening.
shot? My
You're not
grandchildren.
listening.
Okay. I'm. Do I lay on my tummy?
No, you lay on your back.
Oh, dear God.
So you get to see the reenactment of the Kathy thing, only with 2 different people.
Children, if you're watching, I did it off an age-appropriate guy.
That must be of immense comfort to them. I mean, let her have fun. April's living. Like she's
Also,
She's on
April's like,
Rumspringa.
there's no one here for me. I already like literally eliminated a whole one golden man like from
Yeah.
this show as a whole. Like she knows. She knows.
came all this way. She's not going to
Mhm.
find a boyfriend. At least she can have Dale do a body shot off of her.
I like that she thought she might have to lay on her tummy. I was like, April, where do you
Where does
think
it go?
it goes then?
Maybe the back is like a tray.
Yeah. it just sits there.
This has just become vacation for April at this point. She's thrown out the idea of the show. She knows she's not going to end up engaged or in love at the end of this. She's like, I'm on vacation. I'm going to make the most of this. Body shots. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when people accuse the Bachelorette of just being there for spring break and to
Mhm.
make out with a bunch of guys, literally that's what
That's
April is
April.
doing, as she should.
Which I'm fine with. I have no
Yeah.
problem
Too.
with the Goldens just having the time of their lives.
I
They
think
are
especially
so
in
fun.
Paradise, you are allowed to be there for spring break.
Yeah.
In fact, encouraged in a way to be there for spring
Yeah.
break, especially if you are a golden.
Yes.
Yeah. But the April storyline did start to make me feel a little bit like weird. Like they're showing her saying like, oh, why do I love the young boys? And then her Chiron says biologically 67, mentally 18. And I was like, okay, so just the way that this is all playing out is sort of how we expected, which is like
Yeah.
the older men are not going for the younger women. There's a little bit of the older woman, younger man, but it's all played for laughs. And I was like, we really only we have 2 cultural scripts for the older man, younger woman thing, which is like either it's like sexy and normal because older men are like powerful and have status and young women are hot and that goes together, or it's creepy. And then we have the older one with the younger man. The only script we have for that is it's hilarious. It's so silly.
Yeah,
Why
it's a
would that
cougar
happen?
joke.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the only thing that works for this show. So that's the only one we're seeing, but it's still kind of weird to see how it is positioned in that way, which is like we don't really take older women's like sexuality seriously enough
Seriously.
for it to be either threatening or like
Compelling.
compelling.
Yeah, I think that's very true. And I like love watching April have fun. And it seems like she's having a great time, but it also makes me like a little uncomfortable the way that the show is using April to get those jokes. It's like they wanted some of that crossover titillation, but they didn't want it to cross over into like creepy territory because they knew the audience would turn. And clearly April is like the perfect vehicle for them to get into that. And like that makes me like a little bit bummed out.
Yeah, it does feel like April's being used as that like but like how do I navigate the jokes of Goldens, Youngins? How do we have that bridge there, but also not cross any lines that the audience doesn't want to cross? It's like April, just put her in the middle there, and
Right, just make her do it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
which again, you feel from an outsider perspective, you're like feel for April because again, you fall in love with these Goldens so fast, and you want them to find all
everything.
the Youngins. They have their time. Like I don't care, they'll be all right. But like Goldens are like,
Agreed.
please, like find love. Fulfill me by watching you all get fulfilled.
I know. That's why we needed more options for the
more
Goldens.
options. Yeah. They should have kept all the men quarantined after the show so that they couldn't find girlfriends. That's what they should have done.
I mean, that's also how we ended up with Mel as Golden Bachelor.
Oh, God.
So it's a lot of darkness is coming from the fact that all of these Golden men got girlfriends.
That's a fall problem for us. I'm not even thinking
We're
about
ignoring
that.
that.
So after she does the body shot, we have to get into some of the real plot from this episode because there are some date cards. Leia has a date card to offer to an eligible man, and she doesn't have many options. So she sits down with Jonathan and says, I heard that nobody wants you.
He is humbled.
He laughs, but also it's like you can tell that he really is feeling deeply stressed about the fact that nobody wants him. And it's becoming like an ego injury that is making it difficult for him to act normal in situations.
So true.
I mean, I'm like, there are worse situations. You show up, Jonathan's single and looking. I'm like, great, Jonathan's cute. He's charming. Let's go for it. But the desperation is like absolutely dripping through his pores at this point.
There was so much expectation, I think, for Jonathan in Paradise that it got in his own head where he's like, I have to perform. I'm in Paradise. Like everyone wanted him there and we knew he was going to be there. There was this idea that he was going to be the star of Paradise. And then when he looks around, he's like, I'm the only single person here. How did this happen? I really is. You can see him starting to spiral a little bit of like, what happened?
And I think that also he came in with this like inflated sense of self as a result of that. So that made him fumble in the beginning because he had this like inflated ego. And now the ego's been punctured and he's so stressed out that he's going to like fail in his
need
purpose.
just enough confidence to be an effective flirt, and it's wavering here. I also feel like we never saw Jonathan. We saw Jonathan also like kind of getting into the friend zone with Jen, and we're seeing on the show that he is kind of struggling to make himself seem like a viable romantic option for the women. Like they keep saying things like, I can't tell if you're really interested. Like, I don't know if the romantic chemistry is there. It seems like I can't read you. Like there's something that he's not like putting out there with these women.
But I also wonder, like, has he actually been into anyone except for maybe Alex?
Maybe that's a big part of it.
Because I haven't really seen it.
So Leia has met Jonathan in LA. They are friends, as many of them kind of are casually friends. But she's interested. He's cute. And Jonathan is down. He is struggling, though. He pulled his hamstring and he can apparently barely walk.
Welcome to being in your late 30s, Jonathan, okay? Things are just getting pulled all the time.
Not in his late 30s.
I know. He's getting a preview.
This is why I used to never exercise so I wouldn't get exercise injuries. And then you do hit your late 30s and you get injured all the time if you don't exercise also. So she's like, let's walk and talk. And he's like, do I have to? I'm in a lot of pain. But he's willing to do that for the date card. So he puts aside his craft. He's turning a large leaf into a mask by poking holes in it.
I was like, is this his version of Wilson?
Yeah.
That's a good, is he dying for a friend or a creative outlet? I can't tell. Is he like so bored that he wants a buddy, or is he like, I haven't made art in weeks?
He's losing his mind. He's losing his mind in Paradise. You can see it. You can see his brain just failing him.
Yeah,
it's funny to see him resorting to making a Wilson when there are like 20 people 3 feet away, and he's like, I'm gonna make myself a friend. She jokes that this is a present for her, and then she like puts it over her face and her in the moment. It's already very like kind of wilted and crinkled by then,
It's
and
unsettling.
it's giving sort of like Jason Voorhees or like Leatherface, like it's
Mhm.
unsettling. And does little Jonathan impression, like, "Hey guys, my name is Jonathan. I really have a crush on Leia. Her ass is so fat. Thank you so much. Amen. Hallelujah." She did not know how to land that plane.
No. I forgot that this was Leia's thing though on Joey season 2, where she would just like say little phrases and you're like, it didn't quite fit, but you're doing a bit and I appreciate the effort.
Sometimes you just got to say something to end the bit.
Yeah, I love Princess Leia so much. She is like
She's
an
great.
angel. Every time she speaks, I don't think she knows where she's going, and like there's nothing calculated about her. She's just
So
just
true.
herself, and she's incredible.
We
I
love a
her.
little word vomit.
Yeah, yeah, she's
It's
just
great.
and the cameras love it too. I'm sure the producer like, yeah, just
Yeah,
keep
keep
going.
talking.
Yeah.
Do you have any more thoughts?
yeah.
I'm going to start doing this too, like the in character affirmation as a man giving me compliments. I think that sounds really like it would hype me up. She's very stressed to be the one asking a man on a date, but it's easy because Jonathan is literally desperate for someone to talk to. And he's like, yes, absolutely. And he's still like really talking a lot about how he's like feeling this pressure. He's like, the Goldens gave me this date card because they believe in me. And so I really have to fall in love. Like now, like I have to make love happen between me and a person because they invested in me. They gave me the funds and now I have to turn that into a rose somehow.
He's like, unfortunately, my stock is plummeting.
So they head off in a Jeep and his hamstring is still tight. So he tells her, you're going to have to rub me out. And then he's like, I mean,
Jonathan.
every interaction we see them have, I'm just like, he is so tense. Not just his hamstring. Like he is tense. He is desperate to make banter happen. And it is killing the vibe.
He's
What did
really
you guys-
he's really bad at dating, and I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah.
Like
You're like,
again,
look,
hand
I have
up.
a hot take.
Yeah, me too. Like, I get it, Jonathan. I get it.
Yeah.
1,000%. He's just bad at dating, which is okay. Like,
You
it'll
can't
work
have
out
everything.
eventually.
You can't be like a beautiful medium king who's great
Yeah.
at making short form video content and be great at dating. That would
So
be
true.
too many things.
Exactly. We all have our faults. His just happens to be talking to women and dating. Yeah.
And look, it is endearing. I will say I do prefer this version of Jonathan to the version of Jonathan where he's like walking around,
Laid back.
like his head is
cool.
huge. I'm like, no.
Eyeing down his options.
Yeah, give me a humble, uncomfortable man, okay?
So they sit and have a little picnic, and she tells him that she's living her dream life, going back and forth from California to Hawaii. She spends lots of time with her family. She wants to add in someone family oriented to that like lifestyle. While she's talking, Jonathan looks like he's trying very hard to appear to be listening intently and making lots of little nods and stuff. But he keeps sipping from his coconut. He's drinking from a coconut through a straw. And then he keeps turning and spitting something out on the ground. And she's finally like, that's very distracting. And he's like, sorry, there's little bits of the shell in here. I think it's probably just coconut, like coconut meat.
But also, whatever it is, he
Whatever.
then keeps doing
Yes.
it after she's like, this is very distracting. Like, put the coconut down. Put the emotional support coconut down. Wait till she's done talking.
I don't care if it's coconut shell, you swallow it. Like, that's what you have to do.
You just suck it up. Yeah. Like, he was nervous drinking. Like, everyone has done that. You're at a bar, you're like nervous drinking, you end up getting like too
100%.
drunk because of it, but it's just a coconut. It's like, dude, you can just stop that. You don't have to
Yeah.
keep doing it.
Right. It's not even doing anything for you,
Yeah.
okay? I don't think there's alcohol in that coconut. It's not gonna like it's not gonna lower your anxiety levels.
Yeah, but it gives him an activity, like two activities actually, sipping and also spitting. And something I know about straight men is that they love spitting on the ground. So this was probably really relaxing for him.
Confirmed. As a straight man, confirmed.
Yeah, you're like, love it.
Yep.
Favorite activity.
Favorite pastime. Yep.
You can see her being like, I don't want to get the ick right now. I don't want to get the ick right now, but this is so gross. And like, why is he doing this? And he briefly takes a break to talk about how, like her, he wants to have a partner in crime from his future partner. He's like, I don't want a sidekick. I don't want to be like Batman and Robin. I want to be like Superman and Wonder Woman. And she is so excited to hear this. He immediately spits coconut on the ground again. It's like, sorry, there's so many little chunks.
Finally, they're like, we just have to run down to the water because this drinking and talking thing, it's not working.
They do like a slow-mo with romantic music, but through this you can see that Jonathan is visibly favoring his tight hammy. It's so sad. I really felt for Jonathan a lot on this date because he really wants to make it work, but it's just like I
know.
didn't feel the chemistry.
Give this man a massage, okay? We know
Yeah.
they have massages available. He needs some medical attention.
If Jeremy can get a massage because he is upset that Bailey is also allowed to speak to other people, then I think that Jonathan should be able to get a massage for his athletic injury.
I really agree. On that note, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, we are going to get into more of this episode.
And we're back. So the date we haven't gotten into yet is a golden date. Nancy has not given out her date card yet, but it's about to happen. She's been eyeing her 3 options. And you're looking around, you're like, I'm the hottest commodity on the beach. I look good in a string bikini, apparently. The men are all yearning for me. And I've got Gary, Keith, and Kim. I guess it's got to be Gary. So she approaches Gary at the breakfast bar while he's chewing his quesadilla, and everyone pauses and waits a long time for him to be done with his mouthful, at which point Nancy asks him on the date. And he says yes. And Leslie is watching across the bar, feeling stressed. It's starting
Poor
to remind
Leslie.
her of another Gary going on other dates on another Bachelor
She's like,
show.
why must the Garys of the world always do this to me?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. Wow. Poor Leslie. Over 2.
To be constantly like stressing over the affections of a man named Gary must be so
It's rough
brutal.
for boomers, okay?
And Kathy sitting next to her is very helpful. She's like, that's going to be a good date. Are you okay?
Like, shut up, Kathy.
And then I
Not
think
now.
the Chiron just reads like asterisk, 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 you, Kathy. Whoever's writing
Yeah.
the Chirons this season,
They're having
Chef's
a lot
kiss.
of fun.
And like, it's probably some intern who's like 23 and just having the time of their lives.
yeah,
just
and that
coming up with
intern is making the show good.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Kat and Dale are lounging by the pool, and she asks him if he's open to going on a date if someone asks him. And he says he's not looking to go on a date. And she's like, but are you open to one? And he clearly doesn't want to answer directly because the answer is yes, and he doesn't want to make her upset. And the problem is that, like, if someone does come in and ask to go on a date, then she's not going to be so impressed that you didn't just say yes at this moment. Like, she's going to be like, you didn't say you would want to go on a date.
He's just trying to sidestep this whole conversation. He's like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's not anyone currently that I'm interested in, so why would I go on a date?
No, see, they always say that, and I'm like, but you would only get a date card from someone who isn't here yet. So the answer is, yes, I'm
Right.
open to it, depending on who it is. He says in his In the Moment that he knows Kat wants him to say no, but he didn't come here and put his big-time mogul life on hold to play it safe.
Nobody loves talking about how awesome their life is more than Dale. He,
Look.
like, twice an episode, he's like, by the way, my life rocks. I'm just looking for someone to show it to. Like,
And
we
I
get
love
it. Your
that
life
for him.
rocks.
You know, I'm so happy you're
Yeah.
happy. I too love living in the beautiful city of New York City.
I just like I
But calm
googled
down.
him and I'm like I don't really. People kept being like, "Oh, at least there's one older man with a job here, Dale." And I'm like, "But what is his job?" I am just as unclear on his job as every other guy here. And when I
in
Google
his
it, it seems
Instagram bio, Claire, I think it is very clear. His job is sports entertainment impact.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think we all understand what his job is now.
It takes work to make impact. That's for sure.
It does. Amen.
So Jessie arrives to give Faith her date card and to announce the next chemistry test. Birds of Paradise. They're going to design bird costumes, and the men are also going to choreograph mating dances to perform to impress the women. Top line thoughts on this as a challenge.
I do like costumes. That's my top line thought.
The bird puns were funny. It was like a curve. It was like funny, 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 and it reached a point where like I'm over it. Like we're
You're
too
like,
many
you did
flocking.
too much. I liked it at first. I liked the little intercuts they're doing with actual birds.
Mm-hmm.
When Jesse's introducing the date, I'm like, yes, this is like the original BIP vibes that we love. We love a creature just being inserted in there. But then it curdles.
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
Yeah. Basically after that.
Yeah,
After the
almost
introduction.
immediately.
Yeah. You're like, no, I didn't need every man to make a joke about flocking.
Yeah. So many flocking jokes.
Especially you, Brian, looking at you.
Oh.
God.
I think Brian actually forgot the word he was originally referencing. He's just like, this is the word I use for sex now.
Yeah.
Flock. That's
Yeah.
the word. Right? Wells and Hannah are going to choose the best couple for some VIP sweet time. And of course, Hannah is Hannah Brown, former Bachelorette. She is still here, though we never see or hear
Claire,
from
she
her.
needed something to do before going to Nice to get married.
Yeah, that's true.
This is her pre-wedding vacation.
I mean, awesome by her for her to be able to go on this show, not have to worry about any screen time whatsoever, get paid probably way too much money, and just get a
100%.
vacation out of it.
No,
I think
truly,
she gets-
truly incredible stuff. Like, congratulations to you, Hannah. You have gamed the system and done it beautifully.
I think she gets one in the moment in this whole episode to say, like, Alex and Andrew are really hitting it off. Thank you so much. This is brand new information.
Crushed it, Hannah.
Love
That's
that signature insight.
They're like, yep, this is why we pay her the big bucks. Wells has to be pissed, by the way, because I don't want to assume, but I'm assuming she's getting something close to what Wells is getting, and Wells is like, I've been doing this for years, and
Oh, I
she's
know.
here for half a second, and we're on the same salary line, I'm sure.
I mean, I would hope for Hannah's sake that she was able to secure that.
Yeah.
Historically, not uncommon for women to be paid a lower rate for the same gig.
I want Hannah to get the bag, by the way. Fully on
Yeah,
board.
yeah.
for
If
that.
anyone's getting that money, I would prefer it to go to Hannah.
Yes. Yes.
To be honest,
Well,
even
that's
though
the thing.
Wells is objectively giving more.
I love that they hired these two Bachelor Nation like stars, and we're like, Hannah is never there. Why are you paying her? Also, could we pay Wells to do less? Actually, he's not even there that much, but usually he's irritating me. So they all go to make their costumes. They're presented with brightly colored feathers, wings, beaks made of like leather and plastic, different aesthetics, masks, makeup, crystals, and body oil, I guess. It looks
Yeah.
like they have like makeup stickers. Like a lot of them have very elaborate, like birdie eyebrows that
are
look
those
so
stickers-
consistent that I was like, I'm guessing they did not all independently paint those on.
No, I
or
was like,
they had
did
like a
they
makeup
have
artist.
a makeup artist
Yeah,
hired
that's
there?
the other possibility.
Because it was professional level.
I was
None
like,
of
there's
these
no
people
way
did
that,
that
like,
themselves.
Kim and Jill did the same eyebrows on themselves.
Kim doesn't have the skills. I don't think.
He has some skills though, as we learned.
He does, just not,
Yeah,
makeup,
yeah.
I don't think is one of them.
So Kathy is like, when you're in costume, you can do anything. It's like Halloween.
What do you do on Halloween, Kathy? Tell me your ways.
I mean, this is why I don't dress up, because I don't want to be able to do anything.
Claire's like, I really got to limit my options.
I like to have limited options. So while they're all getting into that, we see Brian and Jeremy having a heart-to-heart as they gear up for the challenge. I don't really want to see a heart-to-heart between Brian and Jeremy, but let's see what they have to say. Brian says that Parisa really wants that VIP suite time. Apparently, she did not previously have a roommate. Now she does, and they need that off-camera time. And in the moment, he says he's been getting intimate with Parisa and falling for her in a physical way. And then he's like, also emotional.
Yeah, I believe you have been falling for her in a physical way, Brian.
I can't stand him. I can't. I'm so over Brian. It's infuriating, especially when he does his little like frat boy, like, it just drives me insane. It really just irks me.
Repellent.
Yes.
I am just fundamentally angry that this man gets to like stay the whole show and feel like he's in the power position and also had romantic options. Like this guy? this fucking guy?
Yeah, we got to save Parisa. We have to.
Yeah.
I don't know what we got to do. We got to get her out of there. I don't know.
Honestly.
I'm getting the sense that Brian is not going to be the guy who can like match her weird. Like he can't even match her normal by the end of this episode.
But first, Jeremy has to have his heel turn. He tells Brian that there's something he wants to say, but not on the mic. So we know that this is going to go well. We have a clip.
I want to say something, but I don't want to talk with the mic on.
See.
You got that?
Yeah, of course.
She's a great girl, but I up. Susan.
Think so?
Personally, I think so.
Susie comes back tonight.
I think
What are you doing?
If she came back, I would give Susie the rose. And I'll just I'll propose to her on this. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
A
First of all,
lot-
why did you work so hard to have that not on the mic, and then you said the rest of the things very clearly on the mic?
Also, when will these people learn? It's always on the mic. Even if you're only mouthing it, that mic is right up, like, in your face. They can pick up a lot.
See, this is where it gets hard for me to do my job, and I'd be a terrible journalist because I can't remain unbiased. Jeremy has become a good friend over the last year. Listen, I'm never going to claim he's the smartest man in the room.
You should disclose your
Yeah. No, we've
your
had
connection, of
Jeremy
course.
on the podcast and really enjoyed it. And we're really rooting for him. So I take this like as his behavior as like a personal affront.
Yeah.
Fair. Again, I'm not going to claim he's the smartest person in the room. Okay. Obviously, you're mic'd up, dude. Like, let's use some common sense here. And I'll call him out on that. Now, maybe it's getting stretched out over a couple days, a couple comments about Susie. Who knows? Who knows? I'm rooting for him. I hope he figures it out. You know, it's a pressure cooker of a situation. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because I'm biased and I'm going to own up to that.
As
fair.
Listen, we all have our friends in Bachelor Nation, and you know that puts us in a tricky position sometimes.
When they inevitably disappoint us.
And
we get it. People are
unfortunately,
flawed.
like Brian, it's like heartbreaking when like the worst person you know makes a great point and he was like, I should probably tell Bailey
Well,
this.
exactly.
And I'm like,
know.
why is
Actually-
Brian right?
I mean, he says it left a bad taste in his mouth. I was like, if you're leaving a bad taste in Brian's mouth, like you really have to start re-examining the choices you're making.
Yeah, like Jeremy. I mean, I hope that he learned something from his experiences on this season. It's just I am really angry at him that we have to give Brian any credit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm mad at Jeremy.
That's
for
a crime.
Making me
That is-
agree with Brian.
Exactly. Like Jeremy did this to all three of us, and
Yeah. Because
that's,
I'm sorry,
it's rude.
listen, I'm sure Jeremy has many wonderful qualities. We were really rooting for him, but this really is not fair to Bailey. He is exchanging gum with her. Like he is acting
The
so
most
loved
intimate
up.
of acts, frankly.
We were comparing to them to that like weirdly over affectionate like band camp couple last episode. You know, like they seem so in sync. And then behind her back, he is saying that he made a mistake picking her. If Susie came back, he would give her the rose like instantly over Bailey, despite all the time and investment they've made in their relationship. And like that really sucks. Like that's selfish. It's not fair to Bailey. It's deceptive to her. He's like lying to her by omission. And she is investing her time with him in here, thinking that he is invested like she is. And I think that really
I think
is
it
not fair
sucks.
to her. I think it sucks. It seems like they've worked things out because it seems like they might still be together based on
Yeah.
social media activity.
They are
And
both
so
in Portugal currently,
hope that means
photographing
that
the
this-
same vistas. So
And I liked both of them. I loved them together at the beginning. I really hope that means that they like fully worked through whatever this was.
I was thinking that, like, in a way, I actually think that the fact that Brian is going to tell Bailey is, if they are still together, is ultimately doing Jeremy a favor then.
Yes.
Because if they didn't address that, like, while they were filming, I think it would have been a huge problem afterwards for
I
their
also
relationship.
think like the wording he used when talking to Brian was very similar to the wording he used when like it was actually happening. He was like calling Susie. So I wonder if like that conversation happened like that same night and they're using it now. I don't know.
They're dressed in bird costumes.
Were they?
Yes.
I think they
Brian,
were.
Never
yes.
mind.
Brian was in a bird costume.
Bad
Jeremy
take.
was, it's possible that like some pieces were spliced in, but that's what got me is that I thought like, okay, Jeremy had a flip out. He wanted Susie and then he got over it. And I do think that it sucks that he is still having these conversations with Brian.
Right.
And we
With
later learned that
Brian.
Spencer clearly is aware
Picking
of this
up
also.
on this too. Yeah.
So just a very bad look and not what we wanted for our hometown NYC boy, but maybe he'll get it together. Meanwhile, Bailey and Alex are in their room getting ready for the challenge and discussing how they would definitely be open to getting engaged in paradise. And Alex asks Bailey if she said the L word, and she says she hasn't, but she would.
I really
So
hope
she's
none
ready
of them
to
got
say
engaged
that
in
she
paradise.
loves Jeremy, and Jeremy is saying he would immediately dump her for Susie if she returned. So that's,
Tough
as a
luck.
woman, I think he's one of history's greatest monsters. Sorry, no one's perfect. Gary and Nancy head to their date night. It's a cacao ceremony hosted by a woman named Sharifa, and she tells them that they might feel waves of emotion and sexual energy, so she has to warn them that penetration is not allowed.
I think
have
they can
to
handle
assume-
this.
That
They
should be a
seem
disclaimer for all dates in all of Bachelor Nation.
Yeah.
Let's just make that a rule, maybe, across the
Yeah.
board.
I think generally, like if you're at like some sort of date night or event that's remotely in public, or there's another person there, you
Or
can
there's a
kinda just
camera there,
assume
unless you're
that
doing a very
penetration is
particular
not
kind of work.
I have to assume that the Bachelor interns wrote this line for her, and they use it many, many times with echoey effects in the
I
background.
mean, yeah, I wasn't aware that a cacao ceremony involves like full tripping.
Okay, it doesn't
Right.
at all.
Correct.
It's actually like malpractice how they set this up. So they have the drink that she prepared. She leads them in some really quick breathing exercises. And Nancy's like, I'm a little dizzy. And I'm like, yeah, she's getting you to hyperventilate. Like, she is like making you feel a little high through rapid breathing. You are not hallucinating. I can't emphasize this enough. They are not tripping. But it's good that they sent Gary on this date because Gary is ready to do more like sensual spoken word over the date.
he
He's like,
loves doing that.
I feel a form of energy. It was almost sensual in some form or fashion. Like we hear thumping heartbeats as he's speaking. There's like new age music and like a montage of trippy images, like fractals and like
There's
tigers.
so many fractals.
So
And
many.
like penetration. It's sort of like that scene in Zoolander where he's being brainwashed to kill the president of
Yes.
Malaysia. That's what they're experiencing. So they're going to come out of this reprogrammed radically.
This is one of those dates where if like my roommates walked in while I was watching it, I wouldn't be able to like defend.
Explain.
And, like-
they're like, Wyatt,
They're already
what's
like,
going on here?
oh, you're watching Bachelor in Paradise, cool, whatever. And they walk in during that date. I'm like, I have no explanation for this. I'm sorry.
And they just feel like penetration.
yeah.
Penetration.
They're like, oh, they took 70-year-olds, put them on a resort, and got them high. Great.
Yeah.
Now they're
They
tripping.
like they convinced them to
That they
feel
were
high.
high.
Yeah.
By implication, they were like, what if you were high? And they're like, I guess I'm high. Is this what it feels like? This is crazy.
Which, come on,
I'm hallucinating.
Gary
Yeah, I'm
had,
sorry.
he had some times in college, I'm sure.
Yeah,
sure
you
he
think
did.
Gary hasn't dabbled with some hallucinogenics, please?
No, that's so true. How did they convince these people that they were high? I think I was also like, I was thrown by how Zoolander-y this sequence was, but as I sit with it, I'm like, I feel like they've almost been venturing more and more towards treating these local ceremonies sort of respectfully. Like it's still very like much used for a purpose and like adapted to suit whatever specific thing they want to express on a bachelor date. Like this is our traditional ceremony where you say what you fear about getting engaged on
Yeah.
live television or whatever. And this feels like a huge step backwards. Like they're fully playing this as this extremely comedic sequence. Like this cacao ceremony is so wacky. And
Yeah,
it
I
kind
do
of
think that
pisses
it's
me off.
I think that it was kind of jarring because I agree that they have like stepped back from that cultural appropriation vibe in many ways. But this is still
They've
The
stepped back from,
Bachelor.
like, openly mocking the other cultures as much on the culturally appropriative dates. And they were like, "No, actually, Cacao is ridiculous, so let's have some fun." But Gary and Nancy are in the experience in the moment. Like, they're feeling it, and they're both really blown away afterwards. They're like, "I can't believe all the things I felt." And he's like, "Well, because of our faiths, we're both very skeptical of this kind of experience." And she's like, "Well, but I think we should try new things, especially at our age." And he's like, "Yeah."
You know what? I love that for them. I also thought that we were going to see like a Keith and Nancy connection. So I found it interesting that we're seeing a Gary Nancy connection
Well,
instead.
I think it's because Nancy is interested in Gary and not like I think Keith is open
Right. No,
wanted to make things
I just sort
happen.
of
Yeah.
assumed that like we were going to get that. And it seems like Nancy is not into
I
it
mean, Gary is, let's be honest, the only option, I think, out of
for
like
any of them.
because Keith, like you remember him on Jones' season, he just like he struggles to talk to women sometimes. He has the Jonathan effect where it's like maybe he's just bad at dating and he struggles sometimes. He's doing a lot better on Paradise. I give him credit. And he's clearly worked on his game a little bit. He's doing better. Then you have Captain Kim, who love him, but acquired taste maybe a little bit.
Yes.
And again, almost had a heart attack. So like Godspeed to him. And then you have Gary, who's just this lovable guy, high energy. Like you are going to be attracted to that immediately. So like he does feel like
Absolutely.
anyone who comes in, I feel like that's the only option.
Well, and I think it is like the Jonathan situation as well, where if you come in and there doesn't seem like an option that you would actually maybe see as available or, you know, that who you'd actually pursue in the real world, like there's 3 guys here, none of them are my guy. Who am I going to take on the date? The one who's the life of the party, like the
Yeah,
one who's
Gary's going to be the
absolutely
best
delightful.
time. You're going to have the best conversation with him.
Yeah. Like you could take Keith instead, but like, are you as guaranteed to have such an amazing time as you would with Gary? No. So like,
Well,
you're not
I'm
going to
just
marry
wondering
either of
now,
them. Take Gary.
because the men are giving out the roses, are we going to see a situation that's more similar to like Natasha, where Keith is going to give Nancy his rose, even though she's not that into him?
It's possible. I mean, it seems like from what we've seen, he and Kathy are hanging out again because Nancy blew him off. So maybe he'll
We'll
go
see.
for that. We'll see. They're having a much more interesting, like we said last week, like the lack of strategy makes things more interesting and also more frustrating. So we head right into a really rave-inspired trippy scene for the challenge back at the resort. There's like purple lights, weird visual effects, edgy music. It's like an episode of White Lotus where things are about to go really awry. Like there's going to be a body in the water by the end of this episode. As I was watching this, I was like, I actually feel like I've seen a lot of TV shows recently where they're doing so many visual effects to make you feel like you're at a rave. Like, is that having a moment right now? There were like 2 episodes in Too Much alone. And then in White Lotus, they're always doing it.
I mean, it's where things get crazy, Claire.
Yeah,
People are
it's
getting back
all
into-
smoke and mirrors, and then you look aside. Yeah, like you said, body in the water. Like how'd that happen?
The horror movie vibes are extremely
Strong.
back this episode. So as they gather in their costumes, Jesse welcomes one new arrival. It's Allyshia. And in her video intro, she's like swimming through the water like a mermaid. She is like Miss California, right? And she's like
2020.
2020. She's like, pageantry has taught me a lot, like how to handle interviews, walk in heels, and spot BS from a mile away. And she's looking for a dog dad. She is wearing like a beautiful red bird of paradise getup, and the ladies are concerned. Jill is like, oh, perfect. Like a young, pretty blonde woman who's like exactly the type of every guy here. Great.
She's correct.
Yeah.
She's actually 30, I think.
Yeah.
Allyshia. Yeah.
She is 30. I think because she's a more recent, like was
Yeah.
more recently on the show, everyone assumes she's young, but she is actually one of the older women.
Yeah. Because when she's like, Dale's 36, I need that. I was like, do you? Aren't you 23? No, she's actually 30. So Jesse says that the women should join any mating dance that speaks to them. So the men are going to come out and do their mating dances, and then the women. So they're really like, let's model this on birds. The male does the dance, and then the women can like get in there and mate if they like the dance. And he says the dances will take place in what he calls the mating circle. I hate this. Like, this just feels so creepy to me.
Yeah.
It's very like prima nocta vibes or something. It's like,
But there are costumes. So,
yeah.
on the other hand,
So Andrew is up first and he slips on the bridge, but he really makes it work for him because then he catches himself and hauls himself back up with his big, strong arms. And
I
it's
feel like
almost it was
Jonathan needs
planned.
to like take a cue from Andrew. Andrew can make the little awkwardness really work for him.
He even makes white no-show athletic socks work for him.
That is truly, truly impressive.
Wild
Also,
move.
shout
Wild
out to like the sound person who piped in squelchy sock noises. Did you guys notice that?
Oh, yeah. Why do you think he did this? I mean, he is in all white. So was he like, and then I'll have white socks on?
So he could write his little message on the bottom.
It says confidence on the bottom of the sock. Like, no woman wants to associate your no-show white athletic socks with mating.
I mean, they all looked ridiculous. So the fact that the white socks are like was like a point of conversation for multiple people, I was like, they look ridiculous. They're wearing feathers
You know,
everywhere.
it's
Brian looks
absurd.
like a member of Kiss with his hair down. Like,
No, it's because
Oh.
socks are like a trigger for a lot of women. It's like you're going for it and you look down and he still has his like athletic
Yeah,
socks
just
on.
the athletic socks.
that's
It's
see
a
that
thing.
I can't comprehend that in my boy brain is like, what? It sucks.
No, look, it's it's upsetting. There's
get
so
it.
many things we have to deal with as straight women,
Well, think
and
about how
athletic socks
women-
are just one of them.
Think about how much work women tend to do to present every part of their body kind of optimally to be sexually appealing to their
Right.
partner. And then your man shows up in white athletic socks and you're like, what do I get? Where's my visual feast? You know?
So what's the alternative? What's like the proper etiquette? No
Bare
Take
socks.
the socks off first.
No socks.
Bare feet.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not ever,
No,
but
not
like,
ever.
you know,
like with shoes.
I'm learning here. I'm trying to learn.
in the bedroom or when you're performing in a,
A
sort of
mating
like
call.
a mating call in an alluring feathery costume, no sock. Like I wouldn't wear no-show athletic socks with my feathery little costume. Why would my gentleman friend?
Is it the socks overall or is it the type of socks?
Both.
Both.
I think it's the socks in configuration with the rest of the outfit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Noted.
It's
Yeah, you're like, next time I do a mating call
Yep.
dressed in all feathers, I
Yes.
will leave off the athletic socks.
Learn something
Yeah.
new every day.
it just this is one thing where I really had to agree with Wells. I was like, you're right. The socks have to factor into the score. That's a party foul.
And yet he
Um,
still like made it to the
I mean,
finals.
he and Alex have a great dance
They
together.
do.
Their chemistry is like really flowing as Hannah pops in to inform us. And so overall, a good performance. Spencer comes out. He's wearing a tank top and he rips it off to reveal that he's written, Jess, let's go to our VIP nest on his abs. Kim is next and he really goes for it.
You really have to hand it to him.
He is,
And
he has a
everyone
very
does.
elaborate costume. Some of the younger men, you can tell that they're a little uncomfortable with getting dressed up and the makeup. And they're like, what if I just wear like boxer shorts and then like a few feathers over it? And then I write something really messy and Sharpie on my chest.
No, Kim is like, the assignment was costume.
Yeah.
I have the feathers. The feathers are everywhere. I'm wearing a beak. I'm coming out hard. This
he
made me
has
really
the like bedazzled
appreciate.
eyebrows. He
I
has
love it.
everything. Yeah.
This made me appreciate Kim. Like, you have to hand it to him. And all the women are so into it.
Yeah.
Like,
they're like,
every
sometimes
woman stands up
they're
and
like,
starts dancing.
He's courtly in the best and worst ways. Like sometimes he will make you listen to a poem that he wrote for you just a day before he turns his head to the next person who arrives. But sometimes he really goes for a Birds of Paradise challenge. And that is kind of cool. Faith is like, oh, this is pretty smoochable. Like this little dance he's doing, he's cawing, he's shaking his butt. Like, yeah, I'm into it. Brian is next. Brian appears to have like glued feathers all over his shoulders.
It's not good. It's not. I was like, really? You're going to follow Captain Kim with this?
And then he does that trademark like douchebag clubbing dance where he crosses his hands in front of his face and like waves them up and down. And I was like, no, when I see a guy doing that,
Yeah,
it's an
automatic
immediate
no.
no.
Red flag, 5 red flags. Mm-mm.
He's like, I think Parisa looks like a Victoria's Secret model. And he is just like gazing at her. Even Alicia is like, I don't see an opening there because he's so focused on Parisa. Dale is next, and he didn't really go for the feathers. You can tell that he finds that to be a little, it's not manly. So just a light dabbling of feathers and like a feather cap. But Alicia is swooning because, again, Dale sort of like temporarily stuns women who are in his presence. And then they have to like move through that in order to exist around him without trying to kiss him in the future. So Kat gets up to dance with him, and so does Alicia. And the awkward thing is that a lot of the couples matched. It seems like they planned it in some way. Dale and Alicia are matching.
I was
But
like,
Kat-
production had a hand in this for
yeah.
sure. They want to make Kat freak out a little bit.
Right, because it makes it look like he and Alicia are one of the couples, like all the other couples that are matching, and Kat is just this interloper in her pink outfit. And unfortunately, Dale is going with it. He's like, wow, this woman looks almost exactly like Kat, which is my exact type.
But
and
she's new.
Yeah. It's new Cat. Amazing.
Yeah.
What's better
and
than
we all
Kat?
know.
New Kat.
New Cat.
obviously.
Yeah. We love a shiny new toy. If you're a man like Dale, you're like,
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't argued with you yet. Amazing.
exactly. You've got a clean slate,
Yeah.
but you're basically Kat.
Yeah, this will be the Kat I never argue with. He does mostly just twirl her around. He's not like grinding on her. So I think he feels like he's keeping it like respectful. But Kat's just like, why is he focusing on her when I'm right here? This is a mating dance. Like I'm his mate. Like we're supposed to be kind
And
of
she
doing
just
this
goes
together.
and sits down. So we are left with Dale and Alicia dancing and
And they're-
Kat like sulking in the corner.
And they're like introducing themselves to each other while doing the mating call. So it's very uncomfortable. And I think his first words, he said something along the lines of like, "What's this?" It's like that's a
Yeah,
woman.
is this new?
Yeah,
is this
new?
new?
That's
Is this
yeah.
new?
Which,
Is
like
this
that is
new?
so degrading. It's like, what's this? Who's this? What? And it's like, all right. Oh, by the way, I'm Dale.
Oh my God, I totally missed that, you guys. That's horrifying.
Someone in the background was like, did he just say this?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
That's crazy. Like, oh, this just got dropped off. This
Yeah.
just got delivered.
New package, Amazon
New
Prime.
package just for me, Dale.
Gosh.
Yikes.
Gotta take new Cat out of her packaging.
Well, new Cat is very happy to be Dale's shiny new object at this moment. And when he's like, we'll talk later, she's like, yes, we will. Amazing. Cat's rolling her eyes. This is going to be great. This is going to go very smoothly. Next up is Keith. And April cues up his performance by saying that Keith has a good heart, but to win the suite, you need to be enormously sensual.
He is not. Spoiler alert.
Enormously sensual. It's crazy.
I mean, given who won the suite, I'm like, at least one not that enormously sensual person. Someone got into the suite by doing like the
Yeah.
crossed hands.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't call that enormously sensual. I wouldn't even call that tepidly sensual.
So Keith does come out in a sort of multicolored, straggly costume with a tank top that has "Let's Flock" scrawled on it. And the vibe is more like clown costume. I think Wells says he looks like Toucan Sam. He's not evoking a bird of paradise. He's evoking more like comic
cartoon.
relief. Yeah. And so all the women get up to dance, but it is not sensual.
Jeremy is next.
Oh my God.
Full bondage style leather beak, which covers most of his face, and it's a little bit unsettling. I did enjoy that his Chiron read Hannibal Pecker.
Yeah. I was
was
like,
good.
speaking of like serial killers who famously wear masks, like we go from the leaf mask to literal bird leather bondage.
There
mask.
really is. They're doing a lot of evoking serial killers and horror movie tropes in this episode.
Yeah. Jeremy,
Such a fine.
it was a full like WWE entrance too, because like I'm not even in the wrestling world, but he comes in with the eggs smashing. Like it was just
Oh,
was a very
yeah.
different vibe from the rest of the dances. He was like
Right. It's
a performance.
Yeah, what assignment did he think he
Right.
was
Yeah.
completing?
It's like not really romantic or
Yeah.
sensual. It's like physically dominating, aggressive, just like I will mate by showing the female birds that I'm like scary.
He's like, I will smash our young on my chest.
I'm like, Jonathan, remember how much women love
Jeremy.
Jeremy. I'm like, oh my God, Jeremy, remember how much women love interesting knitwear? Like, let's play more into that side. Let's be soft. And he's like walking on his hands. He's doing the worm. Like, yeah, it's very just like, I'm big and strong and I'm covered in raw egg. Any takers?
Impressive worm, though. I have to give
It
him props.
You do.
I don't know I don't know how you could possibly move your body like that.
It was a very physically impressive performance, aside from being terrifying. Shawn comes out as a sexy peacock, doing a very sad little like side to side trot, and he knows he's not a good dancer.
He knows
but
he has
is
to
a good
bring
performer.
something
Yeah.
a little bit special.
And what he brings is a willingness to take off his underwear. I'm assuming he had a second set on underneath, and then pull April, straddle her, and make out with her in the middle of the mating circle.
He does not even give a glance to Jill, his current
Yeah.
partner, through all of this.
I see this is such a Love Island challenge, but that is an error that I think you would never see a Love Island contestant make unless you like specifically already broken up with your partner and we're like, we're not fucking with each other anymore. To just like ignore them at a challenge like this is crazy work. So we have Jill's reaction. We have a little clip.
April is not me.
April, I don't know if medically it can be done, but you might be pregnant.
I love that game.
Oh my God, it's getting better.
I'll never forget it, so, yeah.
Shawn doesn't care if I live or die. Did not see me, did not care. He sees right through me. I'm there for convenience.
Poor Jill. I'm so
Brutal.
mad that they did not bring anyone onto this show that she was going to actually connect with.
Yeah.
I think
That's
it would have
rough.
been Hakeem. We missed out. I think
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think
No,
so.
we know Jill. That's,
I know the kind of guys she's dated in the past.
yeah.
But I do think that she's in a similar position to Hakeem, where it's like, you know,
Your person isn't here.
your person isn't here. And also, this show is kind of like, as we said when Hakeem was on the show, it's a competition to kind of generically succeed at getting people to want to be in a couple with you. And Jill's just like Hakeem, a very, very specific kind of person. And as such a person myself, like it doesn't feel good to feel like you have to like get romantic attention just from a wide group of people and try to like, I don't know, dull down your specific little quirks. But like, it's just not a good setting for you if that's the kind of person you are. And it's, I don't know, it just is hard to watch them bring in these very like quirky people so that they can strike out with a bunch of basic people who want to date other basic people.
That's a great point. I just like someone who's self-assured and like knows who they are almost doesn't work in a show like this where you're trying to appease hopefully as many options as possible to stick around. Like she knows who she is. She is Jill, similar to Hakeem. Like Hakeem is a one of one human being. There's no other someone like them. Where it's like, if no one's here for this, then why am I here?
Right, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to be like the other people, the other options that are the type of all the other people.
Right. And if someone wants those things, then like it's not going to be you. And so I think we see Jill just sort of obviously hit a breaking point during this challenge. But first, Brian and Parisa win a trip to the VIP BIP suite. And Brian says, "We're going to flock tonight." And poor Parisa is just like, no, we are not. Do not say that. He will keep saying that. Spoiler alert. He will say it so many more times.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break. And when we get back, the rest of this episode.
And we are back. So the performances are over. And now it's just time to like party and have some more drama. And also for Jill to exit the show.
Yeah. They have to play out all the after effects of what just happened. So Dale talks to Allyshia. Kat sees this, like fuming. She leaves to go take a shot without him. Allyshia also chats up Shawn. So now Jill is in tears. because it's not enough that Shawn like ignored her to make out with April during the challenge. Now the new woman has come in and is interested in Shawn. And Jill's
She
like,
sees
I
the writing
can't
on
do
the
this.
wall. She's like, what is the point of me staying through another rose ceremony just to get sent home?
Yeah. She's like, I want to be one of the people in love. It never happens for me. I'm just always in the friend zone. So she goes inside. She ends up talking to a producer. And she's like, I've been fine. I've been having a good time. I've given it a chance, but I don't want to be around men who don't value me. No one has really given me a chance. She says, Shawn's a nice guy, but we both know we're not going to end up together. Am I having fun here? Yeah, but I'm not going to pretend there's going to be a guy who's going to come for me. They're going to end up with me because I'm the only one left.
That made me so sad.
She's also just like too self-aware for this show, I feel like.
Yeah.
She's like, I've done this twice now. I see the role that I always end up getting slotted into. And
Right.
like,
And she's like, and I've reached the end. I also think at this point, like, most of the people there aren't her close friends. So
Yeah.
at a certain point, it's like, what are you staying for? Like, I think she was super excited to have Susie come in because it's like, oh, we're from the same season. Like, we have the same friends. At this point,
a fun 24 hours.
yeah,
that
a
they
nice
got to
24
spend
hours
together.
for Jill. That's why she literally tried to leave that night.
But she wouldn't have gotten to have a little summer romance with Shawn if she had left.
I mean, yeah, you're just like, okay, Jill, I see. Jill was like, I will give this person a chance. And to be rejected by someone that you're not even really into, it's like, you just send me home.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, there was probably a point during that feather date where she looked around and was like, I don't really like the people here right now. I mean, she might be friends with them, but she's like, wait a second, what am I doing here? And like,
yeah, like I'm good. Like you hit a wall. I totally understood the emotional journey she went on.
She says she's losing her sparkle.
That
It's like,
hurt.
no.
No.
Save our sparkle.
You're so sparkly, Jill. We love you. So she goes down to the party and she's just done. And she tells Shawn she's going home. And he's like, what? Why?
He seems surprised, but he does not seem upset.
No.
And
She's like, Shawn, I think we both know we're not getting married. So I'm just going to do you a solid.
And he's like, cool, safe travels. So nice to meet you. And in her in the moment, she says she knows she's an acquired taste and she's not going to change herself because she loves herself, which she shouldn't, but it's hard to keep pretending that it doesn't hurt. I hope that she just like left and immediately met the perfect person to appreciate her because that is like a brutal experience. Kat comes in while she's packing and tells her not to leave, but Jill's like, no, I'm done. And she
Kat
gives Jill
gets
a
it.
hug. She says in the moment that Jill deserves more.
And we
I
agree.
agree. And so Jill goes down and says all her goodbyes, and then she leaves. I'm like, yes, be gone from this place. I will miss
Save
having
yourself.
her on the screen, but
Me too, but it was time.
she was never going to end up marrying like any of these basic men. I'm sorry. Like, there's just no way.
and that's the perfect way to leave a show like this. Like on your own terms, be like,
Exactly.
this isn't for me. Have fun, but see you later. I think you can leave with your head held high at that point.
Yeah.
If you see the writing on the wall, it's always better to just self-eliminate. Like,
Yeah. Unless you can live with yourself, like look at the person whose rose you'll be vying for and be like, I can live with myself knowing that I really went all out trying to get that person's rose, even if it failed. And I would look at Shawn and be like, no, I don't
Not
want to
that
go
guy.
out fighting for this guy's
not
rose. I don't
him.
think.
No, thank you.
So Brian and Parisa head to the VIP suite, and it quickly becomes clear what the disconnect that we saw foretold in last week's teaser is actually arising from, which is that she keeps being like, we're going to have private time to be vulnerable and talk. And Brian is like, we're going to fuck everywhere. We're going to fuck
Oh,
here.
beds.
here,
There's beds
here,
there and
here,
beds
here.
there and
Bed,
beds
bed.
everywhere and a pool and a hot tub. Let's fucking go.
And to be clear, he is saying, let's flock. He's
Let's
saying, like,
flock.
we're going to flock there and there and
We're
there.
gonna flock all over the place. Like, Brian, we get it. We've heard the joke. We've beaten the joke to death.
He said enough times, so he's like, at least one of those is gonna make the cut because that's hilarious. You could tell he thought it was hilarious. So he's like, I'm gonna say it
he's
so
like,
many
they're all
times.
gonna see. They're all gonna see my fucking great sense of
Yeah.
humor.
They're
I
gonna
love that she's
me.
so She's so patient with him through all of these, and then the minute that she says something that he finds off-putting, he becomes so mean. And this is when they're in the pool together. So she tries to start a little conversation, a little bonding chat, and it does not go well. We do have a clip of this.
I'm trying to like imagine the future with Brian.
So I'm gonna get to know everything about you.
Everything?
Starting with your favorite color. What's your favorite color, Brian?
I will never answer that question for you.
Green.
No.
Blue.
We're not doing this.
Work with me, bitch.
No, we're not doing that.
Purple.
I totally understand, you know, being exhausted.
Orange.
It's embarrassing.
What? Asking your favorite color?
Yeah, stop it.
But like, I'm trying to be cute in the pool and like, he snapped at me.
Like, why did this make you angry, sir?
I will never answer that question. What does it even mean?
How dare you? Also, obviously, she was being cheeky about it. It didn't feel like she was earnestly being like, it's time to get deep. I don't even know. What is your favorite color? She's joking. She's joking around. Tell her your goddamn favorite color.
I think the right man for her would have a really funny answer to that. But acting like it kind of was giving a little bit of like real men don't have favorite colors. Like he's like, don't humiliate me by referencing colors.
I don't
like
even
the best
see
color
colors.
is like the dull steel color of the exterior of a Cybertruck. Like that's my favorite color.
Oh no, Brian is a Cybertruck fan, isn't he?
He's like, everything I own, like if it's yogurt, it has to have a black label on it.
Oh
Like
my god,
if it's my wall.
He is the target audience for like water for men.
Yes. He's like, color is for children and women.
Like matte black. That is my favorite color.
Every product in his home is just matte black.
Devoid of any type of color.
And he's like, you will not get me on national TV saying anything else. So think again.
Yeah, what am I supposed to say? Red? What am I?
Yeah,
No.
fuck off.
Yeah.
I would never.
And
Like,
in his
like elementary school, it's just so
Yeah,
embarrassing.
So embarrassing. What colors? No. What are we? 5?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a silly question. A lot of adults don't really have a favorite color. Sometimes on this show, people talk about it too much.
Well, that's what I mean.
think.
Like, that's why you have to
But, like-
differentiate. Is it an earnest question?
Right. She's trying to
no.
joke around. Like, it's so bizarre. Like, he could even just be like, you could even just say matte black and that would be funny. Like, but he can't even say that. He's like, don't introduce this concept.
Or
near
ask
me.
her a different question. Instead, he's like, I know my role here is to tell you how wrong you are. I need to shut this shit down.
He clearly just does not know her personality at all. Like,
Oh,
has
and he doesn't
zero...
like it. He's
Yeah.
like, you're here to be my Victoria's Secret model and to fuck me all over this suite. That's your purpose. That's what we're doing. Don't try to fucking talk to me.
Don't try to flocking talk to me.
Try to flocking
What the
talk
flock?
to me.
Why would you ask me that?
What the flock?
I
We're
don't
here to
really-
flock.
Yeah.
Well, I think he wants to really pivot things towards sex. And in the
Oh, you
moment,
don't
he's
say.
like,
You think?
he's like, I'm not here for this. I'm here for the romantic moment. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, do you want romance, Brian? I think I know.
He's
what
like,
you're
the
referring
romance
to.
is when I put it in you.
Falling for her physically.
Yeah.
Love,
Yeah.
True love. We love that.
He's like, I don't want to have forced conversations. What you mean, like her asking you a question?
Yeah, what am I
and
supposed to
you
get to
answer?
know you? What are we doing?
Yeah.
What is this?
Poor Parisa. Like, what a sudden.
I mean, it
like,
ends with her
that-
basically in tears saying to the
Yeah.
camera, like, what did I do? What did I do wrong?
It's like the mask slipped, and like he seemed so like nice and fun, and suddenly you realize the darkness underneath.
It's like you want to
Yeah.
scream at the camera. You're like, Parisa, you did nothing wrong. You did
Yeah,
absolutely
nothing.
nothing wrong. You're a normal human being.
Yeah, you're perfect, actually.
Yeah.
Never change. Down at the bar, Dale is feeding Allyshia pineapple while they connect and get to know each other. They bond over growing up around horses. And he's from South Dakota. She like grew up on a farm. And she asks if he's found a connection. And he says he and Kat have hit it off, but they both have concerns about whether they're aligned on certain things. So a trend throughout this love triangle that develops is that Dale is going to really downplay his connection with Kat to Allyshia.
Also,
And-
make it seem like they both mutually have fundamental concerns about the connection. when that is not the case.
Yeah. Like, it's telling that later when Allyshia finds out how long they have been together, she's shocked. Like, it sounds to her like he and Kat have hung out for a few days. And in his In the Moment, Dale says that he thinks he and Allyshia have found an unignorable connection in a short time. It's just so easy. He wants a wife and future mother of his children, and he and Allyshia are on the same page. She can't wait to be a mom. It's going to be the best time of her life, and he's going to be a great dad. Meanwhile, Kat is about 3 feet away, around the corner of the bar, fuming. And we're seeing a little bit of like the way that her jealousy and stress manifested on the last season of BIP coming out here, where she's just kind of hovering and like making loud comments about how mad she is about the situation. And it's just, it's hard to always be your most evolved self. And
She's trying so hard not to crash out.
Yeah. And like, honestly, I would allow this one. I would justified crash out, I would call it, if she wants to crash out, because Dale's acting ridiculous.
He's just being kind of a dick, and he's not being honest with her. Like, just say, I'm not sure how I feel and I want to explore things with Allyshia.
Yeah.
That's allowed. You
He's
are on a
kind of-
dating show.
Yeah, and it seems like he's kind of blowing her off now that Allyshia is here.
It sucks.
And he just told her that he wanted to focus on getting to know her, like, that day. She ends up walking off, like, visibly upset, and Allyshia says to Dale, "That's a little dramatic." And Dale agrees. "Allyshia, don't you know we all have to be girls now? It's not being a girl's girl to call someone dramatic." Because her, like, camp boyfriend is hitting on you in front of her.
Of course she's going to be a little bit dramatic.
Yeah, you would be dramatic, Allyshia. But to be fair to Allyshia, Dale is acting very open to her, and he's dropping like slight hints. Like when she says, "What if I took you on the date?" He says, "Please do."
Yeah. He's being really subtle about it. No, I certainly do not fault Allyshia for thinking that Dale is interested in her, because he is, and he's telling her that he is.
She gets basically completely different narratives about their relationship from the two of them during this episode.
And that is confusing.
Yeah. Jonathan always sees an opening when Kat and Dale are fighting.
Jonathan, okay, I said he only had romantic interest in Alex. I take that back. I had forgotten that he is clearly very into Kat.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least he sees Kat as someone who might be desperate enough for another option.
She's not.
She never is, but he's like, they're fighting again. This could be
like,
it. This
maybe
is
this
the big
time,
one."
maybe this time I could push her over the edge.
This is where
And then
he's
he-
being like a girl's girl. And he's like, "Hi, I got something to tell you, by the way." Like, thinking he wants to be everyone's friend, I think, to a fault at some points, where it's like, "All right, Jonathan, sometimes you can just remove yourself. You don't have to insert yourself."
He's like, "No, I'm in it. If it has to do with Dale and Kat, I'm involved."
Well, this is like a classic situation where it works on like every level. Maybe he'll get a rose. Maybe he'll get another chance with like one of the hottest women in paradise. Maybe she'll just feel closer to him and their friendship will grow and she'll like him. Like, you know, there's so many positives that will come out of immediately telling her what happened.
Airtime.
Also that.
But I love the way that he tried to do like subterfuge. He goes over and instead of just like telling her what Dale says, he like hugs her to cover up the fact that he is telling her this. Like, what if people see us talking? Instead, they should see us hugging, and then I'll say it in your ear while
Also,
we're
like, Jonathan, people might realize when she has this information
Right.
and obviously tells other people about it.
Yeah. No, like I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here. But so he tells her that Dale said he wanted to go on a date to see Kat sweat. And Kat's like, "What? When did he say this?" And he's like, "Just a little bit earlier." And Kat's like, "I'm going home. I'm
And
done."
then we get a flashback that completely confirms that he did in fact say this. I am so glad that they are finally giving us flashback footage and not letting people just like wonder if something happened. No, this definitely happened. He said it, and he said it to both Jonathan and Jeremy.
Yeah. Like verbatim. I
Yeah.
think Jonathan like
Yes.
quoted him verbatim.
No, it was verbatim.
And it's not a follow-up. Jonathan is even in the moment like flabbergasted. He's like, "Sweat? What do you mean sweat?" And they have like a whole conversation about it.
No, like he very much said it.
And he's like, "Oh, I just mean like to see if like she's stressed about it." I'm like,
And you're like,
that's
yeah.
okay."
No, I thought you meant sweat physically.
Yeah, like turn on or something. Maybe she'll be like into it. No, like obviously to make her stressed. So Kat goes over to ask Jeremy, but Jeremy is not being an ally and he denies it.
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Jeremy, we saw the flashback footage.
We saw everything.
We saw it. Like at a certain point, if someone asks you directly, I get you don't want to be involved, but you can just say, yeah, but like you should talk to Dale about that.
I think Jeremy was so under the radar on Jen's season that sometimes he forgets cameras exist. So you can tell he's very aware of the cameras. Sometimes when he's swapping gum and he's like looking at the camera. But when he doesn't physically see a camera, I think he forgets they're there. And so you saw that with his conversation with Brian, and you're seeing it here. You're like, oh, no one saw that conversation. They didn't catch that. So they won't know.
He's just clearly like, I don't want to get in trouble with Dale, so I guess I'm going to lie to Kat.
Right.
But like she asked you, like you didn't you didn't go to her, you didn't tattle, but she asked you directly.
And he very specifically denies that it happened. He's like, that definitely didn't happen. Like you could have hedged a little bit. And
just say, I don't remember that.
Yeah,
right.
I don't remember. Talk to him.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't remember hearing that. That's usually what people say in these scenarios, actually. It's like almost a script. Dale does remember this comment because immediately when he hears from Jeremy that this was relayed to Kat, he's like, oh, well, that was misconstrued.
How, Dale?
He's like, Jonathan is sabotaging me. And I'm like, correct. He is.
He is. Yeah. Correct.
Why would he try to get a rise out of Kat? I don't know, but you did. Like, that is what you said you wanted to do. I don't know why you would want that, but that is what you said. So maybe you should answer that question. So Dale goes over to her and to Jonathan to clear things up in like an extremely defensive way that is very suspicious. And
I love that his defense is like, we were just all joking. Nothing about that conversation felt even a little bit humorous.
Every time I hear like guys talk, he's always, I was just guys talking. I hate that. That's what does that even mean?
Guys just say
I'm
stuff.
like, Dale, that's not good vibes. Like, we all know, we lived through Trump 1.0. We know what locker room talk is. That's not a good defense.
Yeah.
He's like, someone might have said it, but I didn't say it. But you did. Like, who else would have said, I want to go on a date to get a rise out of Kat?
Terrible line of defense there.
He's like, it must have been someone else.
Someone else probably said it. My alter ego. My evil twin. Kat says, well, Jeremy already told me it didn't happen, and so I believe you. But she's clearly like not feeling great. She already wasn't feeling great. Like the whole evening has been very rough for her. Meanwhile, Jeremy is asking Jonathan why he told Kat. So Jeremy clearly remembers. And Jonathan says, because I don't give a bleep. I'm like, I think it also might be because you want to sabotage Dale and Kat.
Yeah,
sure.
you are doing sabotage. Everyone just needs to own their shit, okay?
I mean, I have to say,
Dale, you did say it.
I love the mess. It makes the show. But as men, I need you to come out of this better and stronger, you know? Like, this TV drama stuff. It only works on camera.
How dumb do you have to be to just straight up lie on TV when you're mic'd up and on camera all the time? Like, he just straight up
delay
lied.
the pain, delay the pain, delay the pain.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it later.
I'll deal with that
Dale
later.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem for future Dale. Yeah. Allyshia also chats up Shawn. She thinks he's very attractive, but looks exactly like her ex. And she doesn't like that he's laying it on so thick by lavishing compliments on himself.
This was crazy.
This was hilarious. He is selling. He's like, I'm not going to be humble. I have to give you the straight dope about me. I have the motivation and strength from my dad. My mom is a kindergarten teacher. I have her empathy and like lovingness. And Alicia's like, wow, you're really yourself up.
That's so cool to learn all of these really great qualities that you have.
It's crazy that you got all the good traits from both of your parents.
You really hit the lottery there, Shawn. Congrats.
Also, just little reminder that Shawn's dad is a Republican politician in New York State who just spends a lot of time on X posting like hateful anti-immigrant tweets. So
and like really vitriolic screeds about Tish James and how she's going to go to jail for mortgage fraud. So that could be her father-in-law. Jill, any regrets?
That's what I call motivation and strength.
Yeah,
Motivation to
you
spread
could.
hate about immigrants. He's very motivated.
Yeah. So I'm glad
I'm
to know
not
that
surprised he got all of his empathy from his mother.
Yeah, no, he's clearly like, there was no empathy to get from my dad, but I did get it from my mother. Yeah, so Allyshia, despite all of this, seems open to Shawn.
Well, to be fair, how many options does she have? She's like, do I want to get in a fight with Kat? Or do I want to just go out with Shawn, who at least looks like my ex, so I am attracted to him.
Yeah. He doesn't look like my ex, so I couldn't relate to that.
Same. But we're not Allyshia, okay?
At
We're
one
not
point, Allyshia
Miss
is like,
California.
I'm so drawn to Dale, but I don't know how docile Kat will be if I ask her out.
Oh, don't worry. I
like,
clipped that. That's coming up.
Okay, good. Gary and Nancy come back from their date in the midst of the party, and they are still high as kites somehow. Gary is slowly chanting, Cacao, Cacao. Is he a Portlandia fan? Or is that like such an old reference now? Because I just kept thinking of that sketch where they use cacao as a safe word and they end up using it like constantly.
I'm not a
It's just
Portlandia person,
Fred
so I'm
Armisen
so
saying
sorry.
cacao every 5 seconds.
You're gonna have to go solo on this one. Sorry.
So sorry, Claire.
I'm so
really
sorry.
wish I could back you up.
I am sure it's a
Aw.
great reference. I'm sure you crushed that.
Listen, there are some people in my life who are going to really enjoy that one. And as they re-enter, they flash a little disclaimer on the screen warning cacao is a legal substance not known to cause hallucinations, usually. As far as I could discover from my research on Dr. Google, it doesn't cause hallucinations.
No, I have seen some people say that it does pair well with MDMA and or mushrooms, but I think it's the mushrooms that might cause the hallucinations,
we all
not
consume
the cacao.
So like obviously it doesn't cause hallucinations. But they're still just really going hard on this like Nancy and Gary are tripping balls thing.
I think they're just drunk.
Yeah.
Well, Gary immediately is like, "Where's the bar? Is it closed? I need. Let's go."
He's like, another one?
Yeah. Come on, let's keep this party going.
And that's the end of day 9. We awaken to day 10. It's a grim morning. Leslie didn't sleep well. She's worried about Gary's connection with Nancy.
And
Kim
poor
didn't sleep well.
Poor Captain Kim needs to go to the clinic for an EKG.
He didn't sleep well due to tachycardia. Like he is going to have a heart episode. He's like, I was too excited by all of the women and the dancing and the hotness and sensuality, and my heart was racing at 150 beats per minute overnight.
No, this is when I was like, thank God they moved them to a resort with air conditioning, or else Captain Kim certainly would have had a heart attack.
Honestly, this is quite concerning. I was like, they're putting the health of these Goldens at risk.
Let them take more naps. Because he and Keith are talking and they're like, yeah, we've like barely slept for 3 days. Let them go to bed. Let them go to bed as early as they want.
Routinely, historically, the Youngs have had to go to the clinic due to dehydration and exhaustion. So, you put someone in there with a tricky heart. It's not a good situation.
Behind the scenes, people had to be freaking out a little bit. They're like,
oh,
can
yeah.
you
No,
imagine?
they were like, I'm so sorry, Kim. I know you want to go on a date with Faith, but like for liability reasons, we're really going to need to get you to the clinic.
Yeah, he's having heart problems. They're going to put him on a horse and have him ride around. Like that is not going to end
in like
well.
the beating sun. No, certainly
I think
not.
that would be so relaxing. It would be just what he needs to really chill out. Meanwhile, Brian and Parisa are waking up in the VIP suite, and he's feeling great because he got to flock, apparently. But Parisa looks sad and pensive. So
Yeah,
he's
it
giving
seems
her
like
like the can, like, I feel closer to you and our connection is really growing. And she's like,
She's like,
I'll
I
get
actually
to my
feel
breakfast later."
significantly further away from you.
Yeah. That's always a good feeling when your partner is like, I'm closer than ever to you. And you're like, it's funny because I'm having the opposite experience. And that makes me feel even more alone. In the moment, she says that Brian's bad mood the night before has given her doubts, and she wishes she'd never won the suite. But I think, no, this is a gift. You have information. And the information is he sucks.
Yes. Clear as day.
Yeah.
Leave.
He
Run.
sucks. Flashing lights.
You could be finding this out in 3 months, but you're finding out now. At breakfast at the rest of the resort, Alicia confides in Alex, Bailey, and Leia that she's really drawn to Dale. And in her in the moment, she's like, it's kind of crazy that I'm going to have to pick someone to go on a date because I haven't had much time to get to know anyone. And the Chiron is like, not actually crazy. You're on a dating show.
So good.
Yes. Perfect.
Absolutely perfect.
They have been like compressing the dating portion of this, but through eliminations. Like it's always been the case that you come in and immediately have to take someone on a date. That's the format of the show.
Yeah, definitely not crazy.
The problem is that the guy that she immediately wants to go out with is kind of taken, and her friends encourage her to like really get to know Shawn because obviously his connection left. He's very available. She's sort of interested. They're like, go with that because Kat is not going to be super thrilled if you take Dale. Meanwhile, Faith has her date card and she planned to take Kim, but since he's not there, she chooses someone who needs to overcome a longstanding fear of horses, Kathy. And they have a little friend date. Imagine being Keith
That's
and you're
exactly what I'm thinking. Keith is like, what? All right, cool.
Yeah, Faith is like, I guess I have to take Kathy. It's really the only option.
Literally no one left.
Oh man, yeah, there's no other people I could possibly take here, so yeah.
So she's doing like, instead of a romantic date, she is teaching Kathy to overcome her fear of horses while like Yakety Sax is playing, basically. And they ride along the beach together while Faith tries to coach her, and Kathy just keeps going, I can't hear you.
You know she said that like once or twice, and they are just playing it over and over and over and over again.
Meanwhile, Alicia has gotten into her green and yellow bikini that really looks like a Brazil Olympic beach volleyball uniform.
That is all I was thinking about. I was like, this, it's just such a distinct color combination.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can see that and not just think like the flag of Brazil.
Yeah, I'm thinking Team Brazil or maybe Australia, to be fair. She pulls Dale to chat and tells him that she felt drawn to him throughout the night for whatever reason, like because he's very tall and hot and women all want him immediately.
She's like, I don't know what it is.
Can't put my finger on it, but maybe the fact that you're incredibly attractive and also say you want to be with me, you want to go on a date.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about that.
Yeah. You want to
Meanwhile,
have like
Spencer,
tall children with me.
Spencer is like looking over, being like, oh no. Really hope this is Kat and Dale's final hurdle in their beautiful relationship.
Oh, Spencer. He's like, I need these men to like behave so that I can stay friends with them after I marry Jess. She's like, so Dale, are you open to a date? And he sort of hems and haws a little bit. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't say no, but like,
Am I open?
What does open
mean? Can I get a dictionary definition? Here we have a clip of a bit of their conversation.
Last night, it was unexpected. There's something there, So I'm kind of at a crossroads. Like, you seem so secure. I just view you as like just a strong, composed, like beautiful woman,
Thank you. I mean, you scare me a little bit because I think you're a really good-looking guy. Ridiculously good-looking.
Well, you are gorgeous.
I have a soft spot for him for sure. I'm getting the vibe. But from what I gather, I don't know how comfortable and docile Kat would be if she saw him really actively pursuing me.
I have two thoughts here. One, is this just how really hot people talk? They're just like, you're so beautiful. And the other person's like, well, you're so beautiful. It's so crazy how
it's a
we're
fact.
both so hot and we're both here as two hot people.
Yeah.
Should we get married?
I think it is. I'm also like, so Dale, I think, keeps harping on how secure and strong and composed she is. And I'm hearing he thinks Kat is too insecure.
Oh, well, what he's saying is like, I am going to try to hit on other women and Kat doesn't like that. Maybe she's just not secure enough. And I want to ask Dale, have you really tested this hypothesis with Allyshia? Have you been in a relationship with her and then started hitting on other women? because I don't think you have the proper information until you do that.
Yeah.
Also,
we need, like a double blind.
Exactly. This is not scientific. I have some questions about methodology. I also have questions about why Allyshia is using the word docile here.
Crazy. Crazy vocabulary.
I mean, it's a great vocab word.
Does it go here?
No. No, I'll answer that. No.
Yeah, no, certainly not.
Are we asking women to be docile when they're being kind of like strung along and jerked around by their partners? Is that we want them to be docile?
I just can't comprehend how multiple people I feel like this season have said, oh, like Dale's attractive because he's just old soul or like knows what he wants. This is a man who clearly does not know what he wants. He's like cannot figure out what he wants. And he just word vomits.
What he knows he wants is a very hot, very thin lady who has light brown to dark blonde hair. Okay?
Yeah.
That's
and like very narrow, pointy bone structure.
Yeah.
I think that also what we're seeing is a lot of women sort of like backfilling explanations for the sort of sub-rational level at which they're helplessly attracted to him. They're like, well, he's just so mature and he has a job and like he's just like a real man and like he knows what he wants and he's so kind and intentional.
His job
like,
is impact. That's so amazing.
And like deep down what they're saying is like jawline, like abs, tall,
jawline,
like
abs, height.
I don't know how to explain, but I just like know he's like the best man in the world. So Allyshia and Kat actually end up sitting and chatting. Allyshia says that she's into Dale as well as Shawn, and Kat looks queasy, but she clearly is trying to like be cool about it. And she does say that like while she says about Shawn, she's like, we're so close, we're such good friends. He's so wonderful, like such a good guy. You should really give him a chance. And then she's like, of Dale, you know, he told me like yesterday that he was going to be really intentional about our relationship. And Allyshia asks how long they've been together, and she says about day 2. And that seems to really throw Allyshia. Like she clearly thought this was a more new and casual connection.
I mean, those
like
are the vibes that Dale is giving.
Yeah, like he's not telling her, oh, I keep telling Kat that I'm really going to focus on getting to know her. He's like, I have a lot of doubts about our relationship, which is just, you know, basically nothing. So she ends up going for Shawn, who is the free agent, after this conversation, and I have to think that's why. Kim returns, and everyone asks after his heart. He has gotten the all clear. I was like, normally when you ask after someone's heart on these shows, you mean like, are you sad? But they're like, literally, is it working?
They're like, literally, is your heart going to explode?
Yeah, are you okay?
Are you
like,
living?
Physically.
Yeah.
But he's all right, and he's just disappointed to learn that Faith had to take Kathy on her date. And he's like, I'm just not sure if she would have picked me or not. I'm like, you are so confident about Leslie, who was repelled by you. And like Faith took a woman on the date when you weren't there. And you're like, maybe she would have picked me. I just like, how does he decide what to be so confident about?
Unbelievable. I'm so excited for what grand gesture he puts together. Because it's going to be electric.
Oh, do you think we're going to get another poem? Or has he like used his one poem?
He seems to switch it up. So we went song on Joan's season, poem.
Okay, fair.
I don't know what's next. Maybe like interpretive dance, something like that. I don't know.
I would love to see what he could sketch.
Yeah, maybe does like a painting.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I want an oil painting. Give me an oil painting to present to Faith.
Incredible.
When they return, Kathy and Keith kind of put their heads together, and he learns that Faith was going to ask Kim on the date, and she learns that Kim likes Faith. And she's like, I don't see it. No, that's not going to work. She's like, Kim was a captain in the Navy. He's the boss. Faith is very independent. She doesn't take orders from anybody. I don't see them together. But stranger things have happened, so
also like,
we'll see.
Stranger things have happened when you literally only have 3 options to choose from, or else you have to leave the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, the smaller the numbers, like no matter how small the number of options gets, there is the assumption that like one of them is the right guy for you. It's like 30 guys, one of them's right for you. 3
Also,
guys,
they're
one of them's
about-
also right for you.
They're about to introduce money.
That's true. Yeah.
So at that point, if I was Faith, I'd be like, yes, Captain Kim is my soulmate for sure.
Yeah. Allyshia heads off with Shawn on their date. She's wearing a maxi skirt, so low rise, it looks like it's falling off. I am not happy about the return of super low rise.
Oh my God. It was really giving me like the strongest flashbacks to about 2003.
I was like, I can feel my skirt falling off just looking at this. Like, it's such a potent memory. Like, as a man, you probably have never experienced this
I have no idea
anxiety.
what you're talking about. I'll be honest. But I respect your opinions.
Back in the early aughts, like I feel like I spent a lot of time every day, like trying to make sure that my pants weren't actively falling off because
Yeah.
they were so low. Nothing was holding
Those were
them
the
up.
only options for like, middle and high school girls in the early aughts.
It was rough, but it's back, and she seems comfortable. She says in voiceover that she went with the appropriate decision between Dale and Shawn.
Not the one she wanted to make.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I'm more likely to get a rose.
Yeah,
from
it's
Shawn.
just an incredible hedge by her knowing, hey, I'm going to get Shawn's rose, and it gives me more time to try to swoon Dale away from Kat.
Yeah,
It's a
this
win-win
is
for her.
strategy. The
Yeah.
youngs are thinking strategically. They're like, I
Also-
secure the rose, and then I try to seduce.
Feels
the
like
true
super
object.
fair game given that we like just saw Shawn do that to
Yes.
Jill.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't feel bad.
I don't either.
The date is like a table with a bunch of fruit, instruments, essential oils, and other props so that they can explore the five senses.
They're scraping the barrel
together
for date ideas
romantically.
at this point.
This actually also felt sort of like Love Island-y to me, or like a Netflix show where
This actually
they
felt
would have
much
some
more
sort of
perfect
intimacy.
match to me.
Yeah, for sure. They practice identifying smells. He puts some oil on his chest so that she has to sniff his peck. And she sniffs it and she's like, chrysanthemum. And it's rosemary. And she says, I knew it was something. And it was something.
It was. It was something.
It was. They smell and taste and listen to things, and they like gaze at each other and share what they notice. And he notices that she holds her head high like a Disney princess.
Is that like that wasn't my takeaway as a child who grew up watching a lot of Disney princess movies. I wasn't like, and they always hold their heads so high.
You don't even notice because
He didn't want to be like, you're hot like a Disney princess.
Yeah.
So he's like, you hold your head so high, just like a Disney princess, all of them.
He's noticing the little details. And now I know that men look for a high head. So it's good to know. See,
Shit
we're
up.
learning
Yeah.
through this show.
Yeah, this is really
You
healing
learned
the
about
gender
athletic
divide.
socks, and we are learning about
Almost,
head height.
Sean is your teacher here, so let's take that with a grain of salt. I
You're
love
saying
Sean. I'm in a
Sean-
fantasy football league with Sean. He's very bad at fantasy
Really?
football. But yeah, I don't think Sean should maybe be your teacher here.
Yeah, no,
So
based on what
fair.
I've seen, maybe not.
Yeah.
So they tease each other with ice cubes and feathers while they wear blindfolds, and obviously they're just like, more ice, please. It's very hot here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sean puts honey on his lips so they can kiss. And Alicia's into it. She's like, you can't really go wrong with a hot guy and a bowl of chocolate. I'm a happy camper.
Show me the lie.
And he's like, the kiss was electric. We're on the same page. We're on the same wavelength. This is great. Back at the resort, the ladies are getting ready for the cocktail party, and Parisa is telling someone, I think Leia, that she's still upset about how bad the vibes were in the VIP suite with Brian. And Leia's sort of like, oh yeah, he mentioned that you guys like were intimate and like I didn't want to ask you about that. And Parisa's like, oh no, that part was fine.
Yeah, she's like,
And
no,
I'm
no,
like,
that's
after
not
all
the
that-
problem. That was great. That was great. The sex is not the issue here. The issue is that he was having a tantrum.
Yeah.
The issue is he also has a personality, which I don't like.
Right. And
It's
it's bad.
bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad personality.
And Leia's like, well, maybe he was just trying to be funny. She's like, no, he was having a tantrum.
Yeah. She's like, no. Parisa knows funny.
I know funny. She is so stressed that she is not properly brushing out her extensions after getting in the pool, and now they are matted in her head, and it seems like she's having to like remove them. She's like holding up clumps of extensions.
Rough.
That's really hard. How are you going to get your extensions fixed? You're in paradise.
No, you just have to let him go.
I also always appreciate the reminder that all these women with their long, bouncy, beautiful hair are wearing like
No, there's
so many
labor involved here.
At this point, it's 2 hours to the rose ceremony.
I love that they give us these countdowns.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying that addition to the new BIP.
It adds some tension. And it's time for the cocktail party. Jesse tells them that since Jill self-eliminated, 3 women will be going home tonight instead of 4. Parisa tells Brian that she wants him to like talk to her and not be weird. And Brian is like, I don't like that comment.
So the vibes are great between the two of them. Leia and Jonathan also seem to be missing each other a little bit. She's like, I literally can't tell if Jonathan is into me at all.
Yeah, she's like, you're the first person I can't read. And he's like, yeah.
Like, Jonathan doesn't know if he's into Princess Leia at this point.
That might be the problem. It
Yeah.
is feedback that he keeps receiving, including from
consistent.
Alex. And he seemed to be at least believe that he was really into Alex. And even she couldn't tell. So I'm like, maybe there's something that you're not putting out there. But I do agree that I don't think that Jonathan likes Leia as much as he is really motivated.
Yeah, and
For
to
them
be
to
honest,
like
I
each
can't
other.
even tell if she's super into him. I think they're like,
Same.
we should be into each other. We like each other.
Yeah.
Like, we're friends. We like to hang out together. I think as far as like the rest of this game goes, they should partner up. But I don't like see a romantic relationship long term for the two of them at all.
Spencer tells Jess that he thinks Jeremy might be taking the really good thing he has with Bailey for granted. And he says that Jeremy is going around telling all the guys that he should have picked Susie.
Jeremy, you're on camera. Jeremy.
Ugh.
And Spencer says, you know, Susie would have just sent him home the next week. Like, obviously, he shouldn't have picked Susie.
I mean,
It's
he's
like, yeah.
right. He's right.
Yeah.
Susie was like, you want me to come back? This
No.
plane is looking real good.
I'd rather get on
go.
a plane than
Yeah.
come continue to date you.
I love when Spencer just like has these moments of just calling out the guys for being stupid. He did this on
I
Jen
love
season 2 because
Spencer.
he's like very like happy-go-lucky, like fun time to be around, and then sometimes he just snaps and he's like, guys, we're being so stupid right now. Like, Jeremy, get your
he's
head
like,
out of your
Yo,
ass.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're Jeremy. You're with Bailey. Be with
Yeah.
Bailey. It's good.
Yeah. No, as soon as he fucks things up with Bailey, I feel like it's gonna be like, oh, I should have not done that. Like,
You know,
try to
Jeremy's
think
gonna
one step in
realize.
advance.
We know his moment is coming. He's gonna
He'll
learn.
come around.
Well,
I have
'cause
to
it-
believe it. I have to believe there will be some redemption here and he'll figure it out.
We shall see.
I want it to be a big redemption for Bailey's sake because like she deserves so much better than this, and there needs to be groveling, there needs to be like epic gestures. Like this is not something
On
to be
your
papered
knees.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Make amends, Jer. Meanwhile, Dale and Kat also remain quite unsteady. Dale tells Wells that he's definitely super happy with where he's at with Kat, but also Allyshia is cool and beautiful and has some attributes that he wants in a partner, and Kat simply doesn't have those. So
Yeah.
things are going well there.
Everything is fine. Dale's like,
It's
I got
fine.
cat 1 or cat 2.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, new Kat, again, shinier, haven't argued with her.
Yeah, she's got some upgrades. They've
The new
smoothed out some of the
model.
kinks. But I'm like, does Kat have qualities that Allyshia doesn't have? You know, like if she is just like the new and improved Kat, then yeah, go for her.
Then just
like
go date her.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, almost all of the girls, like Grant's girls and Leia, are sitting and having a chat, like a girl chat. Allyshia tells them that Kat told her that Dale was closed off, but he didn't seem to be. And she mentions his comment about wanting her to take him on the date, like being like, please do. And like, this is a confusing thing for Allyshia, but also it like makes Kat look like she is being really like scheming, and I don't actually think that's fair. She
I
said
agree.
what Dale said to her.
She
said,
also
I
did
want to
not
be like
say Dale was
intentional."
closed off.
No, like she did. Maybe it made him seem closed off. But what she almost could have been also warning Allyshia and being like, maybe he's like not saying this to you, but like he might not be that available. Like, do you want to use your date on someone who already has this connection that he said he wants to be really intentional about? Like, I don't think that was misleading, But Dale has been downplaying it so much to Allyshia that of
I know
course
I'm
it's
a little
confusing.
annoyed because it's sort of setting up Kat and Allyshia as these like for a conflict, and we've seen in the previews that it's going to reach ahead at some point. And I'm like, Dale is the problem here. Like, Dale is literally telling you guys completely different things.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of being the problem, but also like not presenting as the problem. Like he's somehow staying out of it, but he is the impetus behind all of this.
Right.
Like he's being so careful to not say anything too specific to Kat, like I won't go on another date. And he's not saying anything to Allyshia, like Kat and I are both totally open to exploring other connections. So he's kind of just like massaging it in both directions, but the result is that they have completely different impressions of the nature of his relationship with Kat.
It's a bummer. And it's
and
a
then
bummer.
It does set up Kat to look like controlling
Crazy.
and crazy, that she's going around telling everyone that Dale is closed off. And
it just sets
she's
up
just
this,
saying what
like-
Dale said to her.
And it sets up this like all the other women versus Kat dynamic, which I always kind of just hate to see. So while this conversation is happening, Kat kind of clocks in and is like, oh, like, where are all the other women? And I think Andrew says like, oh, they're having a girls chat. And so she comes over and Allyshia has to like whisper to the other women, like, Kat's coming, Kat's coming. And they have to all pretend that they were definitely just talking about Alicia's date with Shawn and how glad Allyshia is that she picked Shawn, the correct choice for the date. And it's just so awkward.
Yeah, there is this weird thing too where like they're going out of their way to be like, I am also interested in Dale. And Kat's like, oh yeah, well, he's great. And there's so much unsaid on both sides of that conversation.
It's going to explode.
So Kat walks away. The vibes are not good. Alicia's like fanning herself, like stressed, and Kat's clearly not happy. And this is where we leave off for the week.
Next week, everything is going to change because $500,000 is on the table. Will money corrupt some of these relationships? We see Bailey crying. We see Brian telling Parisa that there is a smothering aspect to their conversations.
Oh, where have I heard like this kind of vibe from Brian before? It's so interesting. That suddenly he's like feeling like someone's needy, like a woman is being needy in a relationship with him. Huh.
Who can say?
Who can say?
Huh. Leia wonders if Jonathan has a romantic connection with someone else because he's clearly not interested in her. Brian starts shit in Jeremy and Bailey's relationship, and Spencer worries that people are going to gun for him and Jess because they are quite obviously the strongest couple.
This is so funny because they keep teasing Spencer being worried about this, but I'm like, they clearly don't have any examples of this because they're just teasing him being worried about it.
They're not worried like that like the two of them are gonna, he's not worried the two of them are gonna have an issue.
No, what I'm saying is we don't see any teasers of people doing anything to them. You know what I mean? Like this clearly is like one or two clips of him being like, we're so strong, people are gonna come for us, and then like no examples of anyone coming for them.
And then
that
Jess
I'm like
saying something completely out of context that I think we're meant to like assume is about Spencer and clearly isn't.
They're trying to they're trying to hype up some sort of like tension around their relationship, and like, I'm sorry, they're gonna fly through this and then they're gonna get married.
Yeah. I think if anyone's getting engaged at the end of this, like it's very obviously them. And we know that this show likes to have at least one engagement. So writing's on the wall there. Wyatt, thank you so much for joining us. This has been super fun. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
No, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. It's fun to have Paradise back in a very new, different way, which I am excited for. I know there's maybe mixed reactions for, but at least they're trying. That's all we asked for. Try things.
Agree.
Try something new. So I'm happy. I'm excited for the rest of the season, but thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Oh my gosh, this was so fun. Can you tell everyone listening where they can find you and your podcast and all that fun stuff?
Yeah, you can check out BachMakers on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We're just do recaps all the time. And it's me and my buddy Michael, who I've known forever. And it's just it's a fun time. We like to keep it light, keep it fun. So check it out if you want.
Amazing. Yeah, check it out for sure. And thank you again. We had a really good time. We'll have to have you back sometime.
And now it's time for Love to See It, Hate to See It. Let's start with Hate to See It. Get that bad stuff out of the way. First, I personally truly hate to see Faith having absolutely zero chance of becoming the hoe of the show because there are no golden men left.
No, she wanted it. She
Let
was gonna
her
manifest it.
hoe around.
Yeah, it's really not fair. Only the first batch of Goldens really got a chance to hoe around before it was all over way too soon.
Indignity.
We also hate to see Brian still being there and like emotionally torturing Parisa when she's just trying to have a fun, intimate night in a VIP suite with her camp boyfriend.
Dude, just like tell her your favorite color. It can be matte black. It's okay. Also, I'm sorry. We hate to see Jeremy's continued heel turn. Jeremy.
We were all rooting for you.
We were rooting for you. You better turn it around this season.
Oh, it's brutal to watch. And that brings me to another hate to see it. I hate to see Brian being the
Correct.
person I agree with in a conflict with Jeremy. I hate
How dare
that.
you? How dare all of you? How dare all of you do this to us? Also hate to see Jill being left with just like the absolute dregs and still feeling rejected. Don't dim her
Yeah.
sparkle.
Don't. She needs it. We all need Jill Sparkle. Also hate to see that apparently we are already at the end of new arrivals. Like it's too early. I feel like we haven't really done the shaken and stirred bit of paradise yet. Like we've just begun.
I think we needed like another week of it
We
before
could do
getting
a perfect
into
match
the
style where you do the couple testing and the new arrivals kind of simultaneously. Like I don't understand why we have to speed run through this part.
I agree. But, you know, maybe they are just testing out a new format and they will like adjust for next season. Now it's time for a Love to See It. I personally love to see the quality of Chiron work we are getting on
We're
this
getting
season.
very creative.
I mean, Hannibal Pecker, 10 out of 10. Not actually crazy. You're on a dating show, 15 out of 10. Perfect. No notes.
I also love to see the flashback footage, like basically a character in the show now. Like it's constantly popping up to give us what we need, which is like it doesn't take the air out of these moments of drama. It just clarifies them in a helpful way. Like I need the information. The drama doesn't come from not knowing what he actually said. It comes from watching the lies, knowing that they're lies.
It's so much better.
It's so much better.
It's so delicious.
Like I'm sick of having conversations that are like, I can't litigate this because I don't know what he said. No, that's boring.
We know Dale said it. We know Jeremy is denying he said it. We know Jonathan is trying to start shit. We have all that information and it is so much fun to watch because it is a fundamentally kind of dumb conflict. So thank you. Thank you to the producers. Thank you to the editors.
Yes.
Thank you to our showrunner who comes from Bravo World and knows the value of these flashbacks.
Also love to see Spencer's continued allyship. He is
Thank
one
you
of
for your
us.
service.
Yes, he is an ally to the girls, and we do love him for that.
So Claire, what are our OG BIP vibes out of 10 iguanas?
You know, I think that this week I'm feeling like pretty good.
Me too.
I think I'm at like an 8.
I was going to say 8. I mean, we got a lot of like bird imagery, which is again in keeping with that like creatures as another character. We got the pretty stupid drama. We got some like predictable but very BIP moments of specifically men trying to keep their options open while not upsetting their current match. It felt right. It felt both fresh and yet had that Bachelor in Paradise DNA. 8 out of 10.
Yeah, this was where I really started to feel like, the challenge is like hitting that sweet spot where it's like bringing out more of what we love of Paradise instead of feeling like this random awkward thing that was inserted. Like it started to feel like it was all kind of clicking for me.
100% agree. And on that note, that is it for this episode of Love to See It with Emma and Claire.
Love to See It is a presentation of Odyssey. The show is produced by us, Claire Fallon and Emma Gray. This episode was edited by John Bahar. Our theme music is by Tamar Habib, and our art is by Aaron Nestor.
If you like our show, remember to follow us on any platforms. Rate us 5 stars, leave a review. It really helps new people find our show. And of course, spread the word to all of your friends about Love to See It. I don't know. Maybe do a bit of a mating call and then tell them, I am mating with Love to See It.
Oh my God. I completely agree. If you want to get in touch, you can email us at claireandemmapod@gmail.com.
You can also find us on TikTok at Love to See It Pod and on Instagram at Claire and Emma Pod. And you can find our newsletter Rich Text on Substack at claireandemma.substack.com. I'm also on Blue Sky at Emma Gray and on Instagram at Emma Lady Rose.
And I'm at Claire E. Fallon. Special thanks to the team at Odyssey, Eric Donnelly, Aaron Constantino, Kate Rose, Moira Curran, Melissa Wester, Carly Snyder, and Hillary Schiff.
We'll be back soon.
Can you keep